Lost Time by Miss Squeakers. Prologue. The sun was shining its last lights across Equestria, its crimson rays glowing over the horizon in a blaze of colors that matched the leaves of the autumn trees. A few stars began to appear overhead. Their light, no longer obscured by the sun, was just barely peeking over the treetops of the evergreen forest. On a hill were the silhouettes of two unicorns walking back into town, the smaller one hopping playfully ahead, while the taller staggered on with her head hung low, as if she had just hiked across the desert. "Streetman, please! If you keep on hopping around like that, you're going to get positively sweaty. We still have so much to do in so little time." Rarity had been eyeing the persistence of the sun as he tried to pick up the pace. "Oh my, it's almost night time, and we still haven't made it back to Ponyville." Rarity made a gesture with her front hoof, to look at a watch that wasn't there. "I was sure that we would have at least gotten back by now," Rarity said, clenching her jaw as she shot a cold look at her little sister. Sweetbelle winced as she felt the tension in Rarity's voice. Sweetbelle had stopped in her tracks and paused to the ground as Rarity struggled to catch up. I just thought maybe I could get my cutie mark if I picked some pretty flowers to match your dresses. Maybe it would be a flower?" She looked up, only to meet the icy stare of Rarity's blue eyes. "A cutie mark won't do you any good if you get hurt or worse out there. You're just lucky I found you before you got too far out," Rarity snapped angrily, before turning her attention back to getting home. "Now you're gone and made me late." "I didn't know I was out that far. I just kept finding more flowers. I just wanted to help," Sweetbelle cried, choking back tears. "Quiet! I don't want to hear another peep out of you tonight. Do you hear me?" Rarity shouted, her face becoming flushed with rage. "Once we are done, you're going straight to your room because you are grounded indefinitely." Sweetbelle couldn't hold back her tears any longer. "You are my mommy!" Sweetbelle screamed, tears pouring down her cheeks. "I wish she was here, not you." Oh, this is pre-season 2. Gotta love some of those interesting bits. Rarity stood there, mouth agape as if to say something, but no words came out. All she could do was watch as Sweetbelle sat on her haunches and bawled into her hose. Unfortunately, their shouting match didn't go unnoticed by the resident of the library they were now in front of. The door swung open and revealed the lavender pony who trotted out nervously. "What in Celestia's name is going on out there?" exclaimed Twilight, who had been rigorously studying, at least until her peace and concentration had been interrupted by the cacophony the two sisters were making. "Rarity?" Twilight looked at Sweetbelle, with a worried look on her face. "Why is Sweetbelle crying? Did something happen?" "Indeed, something did happen, and Sweetbelle is not grounded. Nothing you can say yourself with." Rarity's words had a little more sting than Twilight was prepared for. "I'm very sorry to disturb you, Twilight. However, I must be on my way. I have much to do." Rarity, she said, doing her best to regain her ladylike composure, now that eyes were upon her. "Good now, Sweetbelle. We have work to do." Sweetbelle stiffened as she stood up and then trailed behind Rarity, not once moving her focus from the ground directly in front of her. She kicked at the air as she followed her sister to Carousel Boutique. "Mommy!" "Sweetbelle, where are you?" called a wired voice. The mare weaved in and out of the foliage that covered her paths, only her goal to head towards a little voice that called out to her. She pushed aside a low-lying branch to reveal a clearing. There was a buzzardess there with a swirling pink-purple tail plugging out from behind it. "Oh, Sweetbelle, I was so glad to find you," cried out the mare, her voice flowing with relief. She galloped down to the bush and slipped at the filling in her hooves. "Mommy, I'm so scared," cried Sweetbelle. She was taking violently in her mother's hooves. "Shh, Mommy's here. I got you," she said, tears of joy streaming down her cheeks. "I thought I lost you." I'm so sorry. I didn't know I wandered off. I thought Rare was right behind me. I wanted to see all the pink birds, but he kept flying off." Her voice trailed off, but modified the sound of her sorry. "I'm so sorry." The mare nuzzled her really and placed a hoof to her lips. "Shh. It's okay, sweetie. You're okay, and that's all that matters." Her worried tone had been placed with a soothing one that almost seemed to sing every word to her. "Now, let's get home before it gets any darker." The mare lowered her filly, which clung to her legs, as they trotted back to the main path. The sun had set as they reached the door to their house, which was promptly opened by an eager white filly with an expertly stylish mane. "Did you find her? Oh, oh, oh!" young Rarity inquired. Sleepy Belle peeked out from behind her mother, and then bounded up to her little sister, wrapping her hose around her as far as they could go. "I'm sorry to never see you again," little Sleepy Belle cried as she held her sister, wiping tears onto her white coat. "I thought I had lost you." Rarity's tone quickly shifting to scold the little filly. "Why did you run off? We were very sick and—" The mayor cut her off short. "Rarity, it's okay. She's safe, and that's all that matters. Now, get ready for bed. I have to get Sweetie a bath." With that, Rarity headed off to her room. The mayor led Sleepy Belle to the bathroom and lowered the plug into the drain as he filled it with warm water. As water began to rise, she placed Sleepy Belle down into the tub, the dirt in her cup quickly mixing with the bath water, giving it a light brown hue. "Sweetie, please don't run away from your sister like that ever again. We were very sick about you. I don't know what I would have done if I lost you," the mayor said, her voice more relieved and tense. Sleepy Belle didn't say a word as she lowered her head as if to cry, but only gave a nod instead. The mayor then carefully washing Sleepy Belle, then with a fresh bucket of water, poured it through her mane which fell flat over her face. The mayor let out a chuckle as if she was cherishing every extra moment she was given with her little filly. Sleepy Belle parted her hair away from her face and looked up at her mother, whose radiant smile and azure eyes shined out on her, lighting up her entire world. Sleepy Belle laughed and smiled back as she splashed in the water. After the bath was done, as she dried her little filly off, the mayor sat to the side of the bed as she tucked Sleepy Belle in. Sleepy Belle looked at her mother's azure eyes, which gave her the distinct stain of tears. Suddenly, Sleepy Belle began to weep as she sat up and wrapped her hose around her mother, the feeling of guilt overwhelming her. "I'm sorry, Mommy. I'm sorry," she sobbed, rubbing her face into her mother's chest. Mary wrapped her hose tightly around her, feeling nuzzling and gently. "Shh, shh, shh, sweetie. Everything is okay. I'm not mad at you," she said in her soothing tone. With that, she laid the filly back down and tucked her back in. She looked her in the eyes as she stared to sing with a voice of an angel. "Hush now, quiet now, time to lay your sleepy head. Hush now, quiet now, it's time to go to bed. Drift off to sleep, exciting day behind you. Drift off to sleep, let the joy of dreamland find you. Hush now, quiet now, it's time to lay your sleepy head. Hush now, quiet now, it's time to go to bed." With that, the filly lay asleep, sucking the tip of her hoof. Mary leaned over and gave her a kiss on the forehead and tucked her back in. As she stood up off the bed, she heard one last peep from Sleepy Belle. "Mommy." "Easter?" "I love you." "I love you too." Suddenly, Sleepy Belle bumped into Rarity, snapping her out of her daydream. They arrived at their home, and Sweetie turned her head to Sleepy Belle, gave a sneer. "Please pay attention where you're going." Sleepy Belle said nothing. "Now what's up? I will not have you all sweaty and dirty while you wear this material. It's very expensive, and I'm not going all the way back to the catalog to get some more." Rarity gestured towards a roll of fine silk she was levitating out of her bags. It appeared to sparkle like the stars, even with very little light shining on it. Rarity's eyes widened as she cooed at the sight of it. "This order is for an extremely high-class stallion for his daughter's quinceañera. I will not have anything but perfection for this piece." Sweetie Belle sighed, turned towards the bathroom. Wiping a tear from her eye as she turned. "Maybe I was too hard on her," Rarity thought. "I should make it up to her somehow. But first—" She focused her attention on the fabric laid out in front of her. She squinted for not more than a second when her eyes lit up with a sparkle not much different than the lights of the fabric. "Idea!" she sang. Her horn began to glow with a pale white light as paper and pencil lifted itself in front of her and began to draw. The filly was drawn on the paper as the rough form of a dress began to appear around it. Soon the dress had taken on ruffles and lace in tasteful quantities, while on the head a tiara was traced, faceted with a gem with stones that complemented the sparkle of the coveted fabric. Her meticulous attention to detail played itself out on this piece of paper until finally Rarity let out a sigh of relief. "My masterpiece is complete. When I'm done here, I must make one for myself. Surely it's worth the price he is paying. I couldn't afford to have one of my very own." She placed the hoof up to her mouth and let it out a nobly ungulating squeal in excitement. Moment joy cut short as Sleepy Belle walked in, freshly bathed, but still wearing a face that showed the sadness of the conversation they had shared not too long ago. "Mary." "Sweetie." The voices came out in unison. "Oh, you first," they again both said as words shared. "Sweetie Belle." Rarity's voice chimed in. I'm really sorry for how I acted back there. Rarity's voice lost all facade of elegance. Now she was talking to Sweetbelle, not as an elder, but her sister. I was scared. I got so worried about you. I just don't know what I would have done if I lost you too. Her voice took on a much more sullen tone of that last statement. I was angry, not at you, myself, because I thought I had lost you. I shouldn't have taken it out on you. No, I'm sorry. I really shouldn't have said what I said. I didn't mean it. I miss Mommy, but I still have you. I don't know what I'd do without you. Sweetbelle's voice was sounding more mature with every word. I don't hate you, Rarity. I just miss Mommy so much. She said as she began to weep into her hose. Rarity slipped into a bright Sweetbelle. I know, sweetie. Me too. She said, wiping her tears of rain mascara from her eyes. Me too. They held each other for what felt like an eternity, even though it had only been about 30 seconds. Sweetbelle stood back, wiping more tears from her eyes, but this time with a smile on her face. Guess we should start in the dress, huh? Sweetbelle asked. We still have time. The quinceañera is only 2 days away, Rarity said, thinking about her sister's fragile state. I'm sure I can have it done in the candlelight by noon that day. She gave her little sister a sheepish smile. We've both had a long day. Why don't we just hit the hay, as Applejack put it? Or apple blue, Sweetbelle put out her first genuine smile of the night. Yes, sweetie, Rarity said, returning Sweetbelle's smile. Now, let's go to sleep. Tomorrow we have to work extra hard, okay? Rarity says she began playfully teasing Sweetbelle to her own bed. Rarity picked her sister up, slung her painfully into bed, and hopped in herself. She tucked both her and her sister in and rested her arm around her. How did I end up with the greatest sister in the world? Sweetbelle asked. That's funny. I was just about to ask you the same thing. Sweetbelle gave her sister a wise smile. Good night, Rarity. Good night, sweetie. She laid her head down for the night. She heard one last peep from Sweetbelle. Sis? Yes, dear? I love you. Love you too. Oh, ow! Ugh, the diabetic shock! Quick! Insulin! The morning sun was beginning to shine over the mountains in the direction of Canterlot. Inside Carousel Boutique, a commons was stirring. The sound of crashing sound could be heard while Rarity's voice shouted at the top of her lungs. Open lizards! You get back here this instant! The cat darted under the bed, eyes wide as saucers, shaking uncontrollably. Elbow was never one to fear her owner, but this was no longer her own owner. Was chased there was a demon of pure rage, spawned from the towers of a certain sparkling silk that laid in shreds before her. Look what you've done! Rarity shouted as she upward soared her ceiling as she stomped towards her hooves in frustration. She turned around, stormed out of the room with chop. Now I have to get more! Rarity stammered, before dropping to her haunches and letting out a wail. It took a whole minute for her to regain her composure. Sweetbelle! She crawled out to her sister, was already by her side, having heard the commotion. Oh, Rarity said, nervously twisting the curls in her hair. How long have you been there? Since you started crying. Is everything okay? Sweetbelle looked up to her sister, and turned to her, saying, What's all the noise about? Sweetie, there's been an incident with the fruits of yesterday's labor. Rarity was now gesturing towards the remains of silk. Oh, that means we had to go back, don't we? Sweetbelle looked down at the ground, looking sad as ever. I was going to go crocheting tonight after we finished, remember? She looked up at her sister, giving a pleading look. It's supposed to be our turn to host a slumber party. Scootaloo can't because her parents are going out tonight, and Applejack and Big Mac are off in Appaloosa. Aunt Smith has enough trouble with Apple Bloom alone. Sweetbelle's voice took on a pleading tone. She made puppy eyes to her big sister. Please? Neither Rarity or Sweetbelle herself knew quite just what she was begging for, but she knew she would have to cancel the slumber party, so she just said nothing. I'm sorry, sweetie. Tonight just won't do. Rarity tried her best to sound as comforting as she could. I would gladly help you find somebody to babysit you, but you see, I need your help in making these dresses. You know I don't have any filly mannequins. I don't get orders for fillies. Sweetie lowered her head towards the ground. Guess I'll just tell the Christineers it's not going to be a sleepover tonight. Rarity's eyes lit up with a glimmer of hope as she thought of a new idea. What if I let you stay on the customer service visitor course, and you three could go crusading while I go back to Canterlot for the sick? Sweetbelle's eyes lit up at the brilliant plan. Yeah! There are way more safe things we could do during the day. Her eyes dropped suddenly. Skulu wasn't in charge of the plans. Mary, I'm so sorry. I love to watch them for you, but I have to take care of so many sick animals. Poor Thumbelina over here. She gestured to a small field mouse sporting a fresh cast on her front leg. Had a little accident, and there's a terrible gas down the Foggy Bottom Frog making all the Foggy sick. I just won't have enough time in. Her voice trailing off. Say no more, Fetishy. I completely understand. Good luck to you. With that, Rarity gave her friend a hug and went off to her way. Maybe next time? The berry yellow Pegasus called out. No way, Rare. Not after what happened last time. The rainbow maned Pegasus scoffed at the bold request by the unicorn. I still don't know how you could suggest 350 set your home on fire. I don't think even that is physically possible without magic. It's Tinkerbell has yet to discover her talent for it. But how would they have gotten up there is beyond me, since Kitty can't fly. Rarity raised an eyebrow at the bold insinuation her friend was making about her sister and friends. The only puppy capable of that feat is Twilight, and unless you think she is an arsonist, I think what happened here is nothing more than a freak accident. Well, I'm not going to do it. Freaky stuff happens around them. Rainbow Dash gestured in the direction of Sweetbell. Besides, I have a lot of practicing I need to do. So close to mastering this new awesome trick I made. It's gonna be sweet! Very well, Rarity said. Good luck. Sure. Sure you can watch them. Last time I hung out with them, we pulled some pretty cool pranks, and we even found a way to make a burning cloud! A shower of confetti flew seemingly from nowhere, startling Rarity. I was like, this is impossible, I tried! And school was like, well, what about that? And Piggy gestured to a strange bottle with a fire symbol on it. The bottle, seemingly from out of this world, was constantly leaking a dark purple smoke, giving off a ghoulish moan as it appeared to suck all life from around it, leaving only a dark aura in its place. But I was like, I don't know, I never tried that. And before we knew it, we were flying through the air, and Daddy's house was on fire. I do really owe her an apology for that. Oh, I know, after her burning! Piggy took a whole second to wait a response from Rarity. Seizing the opportunity, Rarity quickly shoved Sweetbell behind her out the Piggy's sight. Well, I see you have your hands full with your plans, so we won't keep you any longer. With that, Rarity dashed off, leaving a unicorn-shaped cloud of dust where she once stood. Okie dokie dokie! Cheered the party pony. I'm sorry, Rarity, but I have an awful lot of studying to do. The princess assigned me to study a new theory that was just released on temporal physics and quantum dynamics. She pointed to a book called Theoretical Physics and Temporal Paradoxes. Temporal? That means time, right? Rarity thought to herself, scratching her chin as she formulated a plan. Why do you put some of those theories into practice? I mean, what better way to learn than by doing, right? She raised her eyebrows and cocked her head to suggest to Twilight she had some idea. You see, I'm a little short on time with this project, and I have an idea that could benefit both of us. She sang as she tried on her best innocent face. If you could use your knowledge to perhaps extend the time I have left. Twilight extended a hoof in front of her friend to interrupt her train of thought as she opened the front door, pointing at the bold-faced desk. All statements in this book are theoretical and have not been performed under laboratory conditions. Do not attempt to reproduce any of the results until I knew just what I was dealing with, but this is all very powerful magic and potentially very dangerous. Nobody knows what could happen if I tried this, and I have yet to receive Princess Celestia's permission to perform anything in this book. A sinister grin came across Rarity's face, the obvious sign of a devious plan being formulated, surprisingly missed by the scholar. Rarity knew that Twilight was a sucker for flattery, and a pushover for when it came to disappointing other ponies. Oh, but Twilight, I cannot think of another pony more qualified than you to put those theories into practice. You are Princess Celestia's personal protégé, the most powerful unicorn in all of Equestria, she boasted, mocking Trixie. Hey! The show pony fell into her back races not too long ago. Besides, Celestia never said not to perform any, did she? Twilight blushed at the praise she was receiving. I guess, but she started to say before she was interrupted. I'm just asking because I hate to disappoint the district about here. She was so excited to go crusade tonight, but some unforeseen circumstances have made it simply impossible, she said, lowering her head. She raised one eyebrow and peeked an eye out for a better look at the unicorn she was trying to manipulate. It worked. Well, I guess you're right, but I haven't gotten too far in the book. I can't extend the time you have left, but I come across a spell that could send us forward and backwards in time. It was in the Star Swirl bearded wing. It's pretty complicated, and I will need my full concentration. Twilight was a little worried, however, her pride overshadowed by her rationality. Plus, I can only target one pony, so Sweet Belle will have to stand aside for this. This is fine. I won't be going anywhere. Just getting a chance to undo some mistakes have made me lose so much time, Rarity said as she wore her best innocent face for Twilight. Twilight nodded as she opened the book to an earmarked page and began to read to herself. To perform this magic, you must draw the circle in figure 2-3 and place a round cut diamond in the center. When casting a spell, you must point your horn in the direction of the sun or moon to go forwards or backwards in time, respectively. Then you must focus your energy into the diamond, which, due to its even cut, will refract the energy evenly across the circle. For travel distance, remember the simple formula: P equals 3T, where P equals power measured in watts, T equals time measured in seconds. Well, that doesn't seem too difficult, Twilight said as he started to trace the lines of the circle with the chalk into a large empty spot on her floor. Rarity, do you have a round cut diamond on you? I do have these earrings, Rarity said, removing one of her diamond studs. They're only 1 carat each. Would that be all right? Well, the book doesn't say anything about its size, Twilight said, the diamond exchanging between the grids of the unicorn's magic. This will be good, she confirmed, carefully removing the gold backing from the diamond. She placed it in the center of the circle, which was drawn with the precision of an artist. As he stood directly over it, okay, the moon should be directly below, since it's almost noon, she said, looking into herself. She focused her magic. Her horn began to give off a pale white light. The hour ring began to glow, darkening the room around them. Twilight could sense that she was now in control of a type of magic she had never felt before. Suddenly, 2 ribbons of light came from where Rarity and Sweet Belle had been standing. Twilight reached out with her magic, focused on the one that she somehow knew was Rarity's. It gave off a bright glow, and soon Rarity had materialized in its place. Now, within the glowing circle that became the only thing visible in the void of blackness, Twilight pushed harder now, bright sparks flying from her horn as the rest of the inner circles began to shine. Suddenly, a powerful blast of rainbow light pierced the blackness and roared with ethereal ringing that caused Twilight to snap her head out of instinct. Realizing her mistake, she tried to cancel the magic, but it was already too late. Her eyes glowed bright and white as her horn pulsated with magical lightning. Rarity ducked and shocked. Twilight could feel her control slipping away as it did, the academy entrance exam so many years ago. The untamed magic encircled her, causing her body to outstretch and lock in place, much like Leonardo da Vinci's Peruvian mare. Her horn glowed brighter than ever before, spraying out a shower of sparks as it pointed up towards the sun. Suddenly, a bright light enveloped them, causing them both violently back and forth through what looked like a tunnel of arcane energy, then falling down. Twilight's shock snapped her magic loose enough for her to regain control of it, a bright light appearing in the end of the tunnel as she did so. She grabbed Rarity by her hoof, pulled her close. "Brace yourself!" she screamed to the deafening roar of what sounded like wind and lightning, as well as Rarity screaming. Suddenly, they felt the impact. While the shock had hurt quite a lot, the impact was as hard as they expected. Twilight looked up at Rarity, splitting migraine and severe case of double vision. "Are you all right?" She held out. "Yes, I'm quite fine," Rarity started, shaking. The extent of her condition wasn't nearly as bad as Twilight's. Suddenly, they heard a loud thumping noise that sounded like someone running down the stairs. Twilight looked up, first returning to normal, to see an eerily familiar but noticeably teenage dragon with shiny purple scales, green spines standing above her. Twilight? He called out in a raspy voice.